In the US, former President Donald Trump is back in the news, and it seems he's fomenting another riot. On Saturday, he put out an alert on his social media platform called Truth Social. He said he's likely to be arrested on Tuesday. It is believed to be about a case involving a porn star and hush money. Trump then went on to say, and I quote, "Protest, take our nation back." It was a dangerous call to action. And we know what happened the last time he did it. Trump supporters stormed the US Capitol on January 6, 2021. Could this be a reboot of the Capitol riots? At least Trump's critics and opponents think so. Our next report brings you the details.
Former US President Donald Trump says he's about to be arrested. He says he'll be taken away on Tuesday, March 21st. And he's asked his supporters to protest on his behalf. This is what he posted from his social media platform, Truth Social. The all-caps statement began with him insulting the Manhattan DA's office. He then claimed that he'll be taken away on Tuesday for a crime that has been debunked. Between that, he found a way to insert that he's the leading Republican Party candidate for the 2024 presidential election. It's a lot to take in. But let's start with what he thinks he'll be arrested for. The Manhattan DA is investigating the Stormy Daniels hush money case. In 2006, Trump had an affair with an adult actor who goes by the stage name Stormy Daniels. When Trump was running for president, she wanted to tell the world about her affair. She was contacting media channels, offering to sell them the big expose. This was in 2016. When Trump's campaign team found out this was happening, they tried to stop it, obviously. Trump's then lawyer, Michael Cohen, paid Daniels $130,000 to keep quiet. Now, this isn't the illegal part. As unsavory as they sound, hush money deals are perfectly legal in the US. The illegal part is how the Stormy Daniels hush money was covered up. Trump's lawyer, Cohen, paid off Daniels for Trump. Trump obviously had to pay Cohen back. He did so, but filed it as legal fees. Yes, apparently, according to Trump, you need to pass the bar exam to pay off porn stars. This is why Trump is being investigated. The falsification of business dealings is a criminal offense in New York, but it's a misdemeanor. He can't be imprisoned for it. However, there are people who want Trump charged for breaking election law. Now, this is a more serious charge, one that could end in jail time. But it would be very tough to prove.
If indeed former President Trump is charged with and convicted of any of these offenses that we've been talking about, then he will be treated under the law just like anybody else, and he could potentially face prison time, particularly if he's convicted of a felony.
And the fact is, at the moment, no one but the Manhattan DA knows what will happen. Trump says he found out through leaks. If booked, Trump would become the first former US president to face criminal charges. But the arrest hype seems blown out of proportion.
Former President Trump is not going to be dragged in front of a scrum of reporters. There's not going to be a perp walk. He won't be put in handcuffs or shackles. He will self-surrender.
That, of course, hasn't stopped Trump from calling for protests. His words, "Protest, take our nation back," are problematic to say the least. Remember, Trump still has a huge supporter base. Those who think the 2020 elections were stolen. The same people who stormed the US Capitol building on January 6, 2021. These people killed police officers and defiled one of America's most iconic democratic symbols. And Trump's calls to action were behind that riot. Considering this, his renewed call to take our nation back should send alarm bells ringing. But of course, Republican lawmakers don't seem to think there's any danger. Not even former Vice President Mike Pence, who the Capitol rioters wanted to hang.
Well, John, the American people have a constitutional right to peaceably assemble.
Absolutely, but to have a former president calling on people to protest a justice proceeding.
The frustration the American people feel about what they sense is a two-tier justice system in this country, I think is well-founded. But I believe that people understand that if they give voice to this, if this occurs on Tuesday, that they need to do so peacefully and in a lawful manner.
Numerous Republican lawmakers and supporters have backed Trump. Democrats want him to be held accountable. We don't know what's going to happen. But what we do know is that Trump has managed to further deepen the divides that plague the US.